We can go across to our correspondent, Fraser Jackson, standing by in Washington. Fraser, what's the latest on Trump's assassination attempt?
Well, the details of some of it, which are still being worked out by the police, are still slowly coming out. The man is still in custody, and a motive for it still being worked out. But what we do know now, according to U.S. media reports, is that the man who would be a gunman is 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, who is an affordable housing builder in Hawaii. He moved there in 2018 after spending much of his life in North Carolina, where he has a series of criminal arrests. The most egregious of which arguably was in 2002 when he fled from police and barricaded himself inside a house, inside a building for 3 hours, and eventually was charged with possession of a weapon and possession of a weapon of mass destruction. That weapon of mass destruction is a machine gun, so he has obviously some past here with high-powered rifles. He also, politically speaking, was registered as unaffiliated in 2012. We have learning from some of his social media posts that he voted for Donald Trump in 2016 and then changed his allegiance after he was seemingly unhappy with the way Donald Trump had acted during his time in office. I'll read you one of his tweets that has since been closed on his profile. He said, "While you were my choice in 2016, I and the world hoped that President Trump would be different and better than the candidate. But we are all greatly disappointed, and it seems you are getting worse and devolving. I will be glad when you are gone." That last sentence now then taking on an awful new meaning in the wake of this assassination attempt. Since then, it appears he's somewhat switched political allegiances. He provided some donations to some long-shot Democratic candidates in 2020, including Andrew Yang, Tom Steyer, and Tulsi Gabbard, who now was helping Donald Trump with the debate prep over the last couple of weeks. His son spoke to CNN late on Sunday evening and said that the man he knew was a very different character to the person being painted in the news. He said that he was a loving and caring father, an honest, hard-working man. He said, "I don't know what's happened in Florida, and I hope things have just been blown out of proportion, because from the little I've heard, it doesn't sound like the man I know to do anything crazy, much less violent." It must be said that standing somewhat at odds with some of the reports that we're hearing from people who used to work for him back in North Carolina. So at the moment, a bit of a somewhat hazy picture, most things coming from social media, and we'll learn more from authorities as they continue to question him.